Hello, welcome to the Button Life. On this day, I went grocery shopping. I grocery shop once every 2 weeks, except for a small run to get milk and sometimes eggs. Anyway, here I just got back. It takes me a couple of hours to grocery shop. I have found that cutting up my celery and putting them in glass jars and water helps them last longer, so long as you change the water every 3 or 4 days. And I use filtered water. And I bought all these strawberries because they were on sale at our local Aldi's. Plus, I was making strawberry lemonade as well as the grapes. Anyway, this is my little kitchen, and I live in a mobile home, and I love living in my little mobile home. It's our first home. We've been married for almost 9 years. We were renting in apartments, and I'm very grateful for it. So, this is just a little bit of the preparing that I did for snacks. And I use my glass jars for my fruit because it makes them last longer. I've been able to, over the past 9 years, yes, it has taken 9 years, to switch all my plastic out for glass when it comes to containers. And I love the gray lids. They're awesome. They're a little bit hard sometimes for my kids to open, but they work awesome in terms of preserving the fruit. And in those glass jars, it is exactly 2 cups. So some of my kids, well, one of my kids likes fruit and the other one likes raw veggies. So between the two, we do go through a lot, but I'd rather they eat it and get their vitamins in. And I get 2 little boys, so they'll keep me out of house and go for a lot. Here I have my sourdough. I've been collecting discard. This is my fourth sourdough starter. I forget to feed it. I get really bad about it. So what I ended up doing after this is I used it to make some bagels, and then I messed up on the water ratio. So what I've done is I refrigerate my starter now when I'm not using it, and I take it out every once in a while to feed it. I just don't do enough sourdough baking to use all the discard. I'm sure I'll get more into it, but honestly, I just prefer bread. So I need to get into making more bread, but not a lot of sourdough stuff because my family actually doesn't like the taste of sourdough, and that's fine. And then here is the meat. Now, this is the meat for the month. So that's pretty important to us. I buy enough meat in this shopping trip to last a month. I make breakfast sandwiches for my husband in the morning. With his job, he would have to eat out every day, and those expenses add up. So I was inspired by Becky from Acre Homestead. She made some sort of, they look like McMuffins. And so that's what I did. This day I just prepped the sausage, and I'm going to cut up the chicken later for different meals, as well as I got this huge roll of hamburger meat that I cut up into 1.5 pound portions. That way I can make the supper, and I will have leftovers for a day or two depending on what I make. And that's just how we get by as a family of 4 on one income. So what I do with my chicken is I will clean off all the fat and the weird cartilage that's on it, and I will cut it up into pieces for stir fries or chicken pot pie. In this case, I cut up some pieces for chicken pot pie, but then I also left some whole to go on the grill. Another thing I like to do is for the snacks, I will pre-portion, like I will open the Nillas and I'll put portions into little baggies for them. That way when they say, "Mommy, I'm hungry, can I get a snack?" they can just go and grab it. I also like to keep all my chocolate chips in a glass jar. And for the breads, I will freeze half of the bread so it doesn't get moldy on me and go bad. And for the other half, I stick it in the fridge. My bread just lasts longer. And yes, I don't make all my bread from scratch. I'm not quite there yet. Eventually, I want to get there, but right now I have to hone my bread skills and see if I can figure out how to make good sandwich bread. If I can get that down, then I feel confident that I can keep going and do the rest, but we'll see. I'll take you along on that journey of bread baking when I get there.